Now to growing concerns about the deadly coronavirus officially hitting the U.S.
To unleash the full power of the federal government in this effort today, I am officially declaring a national emergency.
This morning with new signs that the nation's months-long battle against the coronavirus is moving in a dangerous direction. On Friday, there were more than 83,000 confirmed cases, marking a new single-day record high in this country. The outbreak is also more widespread. The latest surge is pushing the number of infections to more than 8.4 million and increasing the death toll past 223,000.
Yeah, you can just sit down and take this recording. Yeah.
How have I dealt with everything that's happened over the past year? Let's see. I think I've gotten a lot closer with my family. Before the pandemic, we just kind of were cohabitating, but it's been kind of being forced to be stuck together all the time has really helped us just grow closer as a unit and then have each other to be there for each other.
That's a loaded question. I've grown my hair up, and I've taken up more of an introspective look on things, because beforehand I kind of be okay, this week I have this thing to do and I have to get these things done, and immediately after I finish that there's another thing. But when I guess COVID kind of hit our area, everything's just stopped. And then after that there was a moment of, okay, well, everything's been canceled. What now? I'm just sitting here, I'm not doing anything. And that kind of pushed me to be more introspective, think about the things I've done, reflect on things, and actually weigh the worth of the things that I was doing. Was I doing them to just do them, or was I actually participating in extracurriculars or hanging out with friends and forming meaningful friendships? And I think that's one thing that this has helped me with. Form meaningful friendships. Actually talk to the people that I'm friends with. Get to know them, understand where they're from, who they are, and that's been kind of reciprocated between me and my friends.
So I believe that before coronavirus, there was a lot of noise in my life. I was always staying busy. There was never a time where I was just like sitting down with actually nothing to do, to actually just think and be in the moment, I guess. That's as cliche as that sounds. But over the summer especially, when really there was literally nothing to do, there were no responsibilities except me staying at home and not being asleep the whole day, there was more time for me to actually think about things, to explore new hobbies, to actually enjoy the pleasure of indulging in those hobbies, not just so I could see friends and talk about it or whatever, but so I could actually have the experience of getting better at something. That kept me going, I'd say, through most of it.
With a lot of other people. I think that if I didn't have people in debate, people who were high school, even talking through them through FaceTime or text, I wouldn't have been able to go through it. But because we had such a good support system, it's been not as bad as without.
To be honest, it was a rough year, but I was able to deal with it through honestly just reflecting. I feel like all the time that I've gained through COVID and quarantine gave me plenty of time to reflect on what I want to do in my life, where I currently am, the relationships that I have, and the ones that I built so far. And so I think just the time that I had alone has helped me a lot to expand upon what I want to do in life.
Honestly, I'm not sure
if I can say that I've dealt with it in really positive ways. It's been a lot of just wasted time going by and kind of thinking about like opportunities missed and just kind of, I don't know, it's felt really sad and less real, and just everything's really seemed contrived, and especially this past, since the beginning of the year of 2021, I felt really busy and never had the chance to like take a deep breath. But I think part of that might have been the weather, because it's nice outside now. It feels great. How do I think these virtual trends will affect our future generations? I think, for one, it provides easier access, but I think it's a double-edged sword. I think virtual school, if we continue it, will really harm people's education, especially at the younger ages, because I have a hard time believing that any elementary school child, a preschooler, a kindergartner will be able to focus and actually learn in an engaging manner online.
I think we're going to be more independent. We learn to teach ourselves more, and when you don't have the teacher kind of spoon feeding you every step of the way, it requires a little bit more critical thinking. You got to step out of your comfort zone a little bit. Because
you have so much independence, every opportunity doesn't present itself to you. It's not like you have a list of options that you can just look at and be like, okay, here's everything that I could do, and I'm just going to pick whatever I want. It's more, to put an option on that list, you have to do the work to find out about it.
It's definitely been really hard. I think college and FAFSA is so hard as it is, and now I have to do a lot of it on my own.
I know that a lot of people say we understand like what you're going through, that it's hard because of COVID, but the workload doesn't reflect that and doesn't take into account like how hard it is to cope with mental health.
In the cafeteria, where it looks like prison, and it's not very fun.
So, of course, there are things that are kind of intrinsic to senior year. Sadies, prom, things going on in the fall, football games, all the fun stuff that you look forward to in senior year. So not being able to do that is frustrating, of course.
So to cope or relax, I've been spending more time with my family.
I've been taking up a lot of like little activities since COVID started happening. So I learned how to juggle. I'm currently trying to do the splits, card tricks. Recently I've been watching a lot of Sudoku puzzles on YouTube.
So I play piano at least once a day. I really love to find peace and calm through music. Painting, I love to draw. And recently I've been taking up baking as a way to distract myself from all the stress.
I spend a lot of time just like chilling on my phone or playing with my dog, talking to friends, just anything really that'll calm me down. Every once in a while I go on a run if I'm up to it, but yeah.
I've tried to read a bit more for pleasure now, which I think is something that we as a kind of community or society have lost a little bit, or at least within our generation. And then I have also spent a bit more time with baking and those kinds of things, picking up new hobbies, seeing what works, what doesn't work.
Okay. Socially distanced frisbee. I mean, that got me through the summer. Basically, that was my therapy.
I don't know, if I could go back and redo this year, I don't think I would. Just everything that's happened, all the people I've met, it's really changed my life, but I really just want things to go back to normal as soon as possible.
This is one of the most defining moments of our generation as a student, and just in our lifetime in general, this huge global pandemic. So I think this is the year that kind of defined my growth as a student and a person.